The future perfect tense in German is used for actions that will be completed between now and some other point in the future. The purpose of this tense is to indicate that something will be finished by a specific time, highlighting that an action will have been completed while also using specific time expressions. In the subject-verb agreement, we'll have a subject, a conjugated auxiliary verb werden, the main verb in the past participle form, and the verb haben or sein in the infinitive form that will always come at the end of the sentence. Essentially, this pattern is somewhat similar to English, where there is will have, but in German, the word order changes. A subject, a conjugated auxiliary verb werden, a past participle, and haben or sein in the infinitive form, coming at the end. Ich werde. Du wirst. Sie, es wird. Wir werden. Ihr werdet. Sie werden. This is how the future perfect is formed in German, alongside past participles and infinitives of the verbs haben or sein. Let's not forget that haben is used for basic verbs, while sein is used for verbs of movement or change of state. Let's have some examples with every subject. Ich werde meine Hausaufgaben gemacht haben. Du wirst voraufgestanden sein. Wird den Brief geschrieben haben. Sie wird den Film gesehen haben. Es wird geregnet haben. Wir werden das Haus gebaut haben. Ihr werdet das Problem gelöst haben. Sie werden in Berlin angekommen sein. In these phrases, there are subjects, the verb werden, past participles of the main verbs, and infinitives of haben or sein at the end of the sentences. You can also see that haben and sein are used accordingly in the verbs that require them. The pattern of the sentences is a bit complicated yet understandable, but we still have to know when to use the future perfect, also known as Futur II. Futur II is mainly common when expressing completed actions in the future and speculation about the past. The tense describes an action that will have been completed by a specific future time, like Bis morgen werde ich das Buch gelesen haben. Interestingly, in spoken German, native speakers use the tense to express assumptions or probabilities about past events, like wird das Buch wohl gelesen haben. This is similar to saying he must have read the book in English. Additionally, it's possible to use common time expressions in Futur II to emphasize that a statement is in the tense, like nächste Woche, in 2 Jahren, bald, vermutlich. Such expressions indicate that a sentence will be in Futur II. Some examples are Ich werde nächste Woche das Projekt abgeschlossen haben. Wir werden in 2 Jahren in ein neues Haus gezogen sein. Sie wird bald ihren Abschluss gemacht haben. Vermutlich werden sie das Problem gelöst haben. These are the main functions of Futur II, but more concepts need to be known. Futur II is quite common in the German passive voice, but its pattern will be slightly different, following a subject, a conjugated auxiliary verb werden, a past participle, and worden sein at the end of the sentence, like Das Haus wird gebaut worden sein. The house will have been built. Moreover, we can use the tense with modal verbs, which will also have a different construction. A subject, a conjugated auxiliary verb werden, a past participle, and a modal verb in the infinitive form. Sie wird das Auto repariert haben können. When using modal verbs, the pattern may sound very formal and theoretical, so in everyday speech, native speakers often prefer the past simple with modal verbs instead, hence infinitives are never conjugated. Furthermore, we can use the pattern of Futur II in the German subjunctive to show hypothetical or polite statements, like wurde das Buch gelesen haben. This is similar to the English past conditional, such as would have, so the German subjunctive is a topic for a future video. Even though the German future perfect is useful to know, there are different ways to express future completion. In spoken German, Futur II is not always used, so native speakers prefer the present perfect, past simple, or modal verbs. For instance, instead of saying Ich werde das Buch gelesen haben, a native speaker might say Ich habe das Buch bis morgen gelesen, which still translates to I will have read, Another example is a modal verb, like dürfte angekommen sein. He should have arrived. This pattern is used instead of Futur II for past speculation. Overall, this is how the German future perfect, Futur II, fully works in German.